Welcome back to the Smugsy Show, where Minifan intellectuals come together. Today's show was supposed to feature someone you all know, MediumPapi, who I befriended on the Smugsy Discord server. Since March, MediumPapi has been begging to be on the Smugsy Show. I mean, he's not alone, but he's an example of someone who is begging to be on the show. In fact, he said in conversations on Discord that he was drawn into the world of Smugsy, and as a fan, he's captivated by, quote, strong people with conviction who have led a fascinating existence, close quote. And, of course, I certainly wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I did ask for some corroboration from the other members on the Smugsy Sassy server. Why should I interview MediumPapi? I mean, what can he offer by way of reasoning and intellect and analyzing the show? Because that's what we do, the Minifan intellectuals. Well, others chimed in. Meteorologist Minihane, okay, we all know him. He said, quote, "You can't go wrong with MediumPapi. You should definitely interview him." Okay. QBM, he says, "I'd tune in." Not Kirk's burner. He said, quote, "I'd watch the shit out of a MediumPapi interview," close quote. Lindsay chimed in, "I'd love to see MediumPapi versus Smugsy." And so I thought, well, okay. I asked MediumPapi, well, what could you perhaps offer my show? And he said that he could help bridge the two worlds and let fellow Minifans know what they might expect if they tune into an episode, and to see if he could keep up. And he said, quote, "If you are a fan of Kirk Minihane or a fan of Barstool Sports and are interested in hearing the unique takes of someone who's well-versed in the laws that support our country, the mechanics of a political environment never before seen in our country's history, who set down her roots in the beautiful state of Maine, buckle in and prepare to vicariously embark upon the journey of Smugsy." So I said, whoa, okay, well, maybe this MediumPapi guy is a Minifan intellectual. Maybe he's up for it. Maybe he can keep up. But nonetheless, I like to test the evidence. We had some evidence that he would be a good guest on the show. We had some validators. But I even had a poll out whether or not MediumPapi deserved to be on the Smugsy Show. And the poll results were mixed, I must say. 50%, we had overwhelming turnout. Of course, 50% of people who took the poll said that MediumPapi deserved an interview. 25% said no, and 25% said maybe. Now, MediumPapi, Big Papi, Red Sox, baseball. So I figured tie goes to the runner. I'll give MediumPapi a chance. I said, communicated with him, well, when would you like to do it? And he said, anytime, begging to be on the show. So, as of 10:05 today, MediumPapi was scheduled to be my guest. And he asked me, well, what could we expect to talk about? And I said, simple, your show. He's got a big show coming up, premiere tonight, 7 p.m. on the Kirk Minihane YouTube channel, apparently. I mean, if he goes through with it. So I was going to explore with him what his goals were for the show, why he's a Minifan, how he's coping during the coronavirus, how he's finding meaning during the coronavirus. Simple. Would have been easy if you're an intellectual. I mean, I guess that's what separates some people. I mean, I hate to divide people when really what we're trying to do is unite, but everyone's welcome here. Just because MediumPapi choked and apparently is not an intellectual, okay? An intellectual is somebody who's brave, smart, and that's not a coward. Or a milksop is a good word, perhaps, to describe someone who doesn't have courage, that doesn't have the courage of their convictions. But the fact that MediumPapi doesn't have what it takes to be on the Smugsy Show doesn't mean that you don't have what it takes. So I would encourage all of you, any of you who want to be a part of this show and think you might be up for it. It's not easy. Reach out, subscribe to the show. You can find Smugsy on Twitter at SmugsyGirl. You shouldn't be afraid of why you support the Kirk Minihane Show. I was going to ask MediumPapi some pretty straightforward questions, like, why MediumPapi? Why not MiniPapi? How does Kirk Minihane's hatred of the Red Sox make you feel? These are not hard questions, but they're questions that will have to go unanswered for today. But hopefully not questions that are impossible to answer. And the bigger question really is, what does this say about MediumPapi's future in the show? If he can't come on the Smugsy Show for 5 minutes, I'm not sure he has what it takes. But we'll leave that up to you. And until we meet again, this is Smugsy signing off.